And the wind is cross tailwind. The wind. Hi, I'm Beth from Beth Bikes. Yes, this is Beth from the future because for some reason when I recorded the rest of this intro, I forgot the hi, I'm Beth from Beth Bikes part. So now let's blast the past for the rest of this intro. Today is day 15 of 30 days of biking, which means I'm about to start week 3 of this challenge. If you have no idea what 30 days of biking is, I will leave a video linked right up here for you where I explain what is 30 days of biking. With this being the start of week 3, that means there's also a week 1 and a week 2 video that you can watch. I will link them also up here as well as in the description box below in a playlist if you want to watch it that way. If you're all caught up watching what is 30 days of biking, week 1 of 30 days of biking and week 2 of 30 days of biking, that's confusing because I'm holding up 3 fingers, then you're ready to start week 3. I'm hoping this week we have a little bit better weather. If you've watched videos 1 and 2, you know that hasn't been the case so far. Are you someone who does a really good job at looking at what direction the wind is going and then making that determine your ride? Or do you go out with a plan and then realize that at the turning around point that you've been going downhill with a tailwind and now you have an uphill headwind to get home? Well, that's me today. I just want to document this is the first mosquito I've seen of the season. And today it's 36 degrees out. Today I got in 7.5 miles in 43 minutes of riding and just shy of 500 feet of climbing. See you guys tomorrow. Day 16 is here and I think that I learned from yesterday's mistake and I'm heading into the wind first so I can have a tailwind on the way home, but I haven't seen a flag and I won't know for sure until I turn around. I just saw a flag and I think that I made the right call today going this direction, and it's a pretty nice day out. It's about 54 degrees, a little bit windy. I was able to pull out the capris today. Proof that I do have skin. I don't always wear full-length pants. I have turned around and I was wrong about the wind. I had a cross tailwind on the way out, so now I have a cross headwind. I've come out to where the pavement ends to see what the gravel is looking like. I haven't ridden any gravel this year because usually this time of year it's very wet and sloppy and muddy, so I'm just gonna check it out, maybe ride a little bit. The gravel seems to be well packed down. It's not dry, but it's also not sopping wet. Another thing about today's ride is I dressed absolutely perfectly. I was a little bit chilly at the start, but now that I'm getting to the end, I am completely comfortable and I'm also not overheating. Today was just a gorgeous day for a bike ride. I got in 42 minutes of riding and over 8 miles. I am so happy with that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It is day 17 and it's a rainy, drizzly day today. This morning it was thunderstorming, so I chose not to ride during the thunderstorms, and now it's just spattering out. It's supposed to stop any minute now. It's about 50 degrees again today, so the rain does not feel as bad as when it's 38 degrees and raining or 34 degrees and raining. Having the right gear is also key. Investing in a good rain jacket and waterproof pants for especially the shoulder seasons is important and almost crucial if you want to ride every day. Back home from today's ride, and the rain even stopped for a short portion of the middle of my ride today, but it has started again. I got in 5.64 miles, 34 minutes of riding. I will see you guys tomorrow. Today is day 18 and the rain has stopped. It's still gloomy out, but it's actually a little bit chilly today. It's only about like 38 degrees, which is not cold. I've ridden in much colder, but compared to the 50-degree days we've been having, it feels chilly. I'm riding on the trail here, and I rode on the trail yesterday when it was raining, and I saw a couple walking their dog, and funny enough, I saw the same couple today at a completely different time. Toward the end of that ride, the wind really started to pick up, but I finished up my ride with 5.79 miles and 37 minutes of riding. See you guys tomorrow. Day 20, and despite the blue skies and the sun being out, it is a little chillier than it looked today, but it's still a fairly nice day. So there is this gravel road right outside of town, and it goes up to a lookout, and it's a pretty substantial climb. I just hit a sandy spot. I've done it a couple of times in the winter, but then in the spring it gets muddy, so I avoid it for a while. But I saw that today it was, at least the first part was dry, so I just did the first part of the climb. I stopped at the first overlook, took a video. I will insert that here, and now I have the second half of the climb to go. And here we are up at the top. Now that climb has warmed me up, it's time to go down, down, down. I'm glad I rode up to the overlook today, but the ride back down was a little bit chilly and did not take me nearly as long as going up did. 4.37 miles today and 30 minutes. I will see you guys tomorrow. Day 20 today, and I am shocked again that the cloudy skies make it feel cooler than it is. It's about 53 degrees right now, but I'd say it feels more like 45. Today's ride has already had some unexpected turns. I knew that they were closing the road for road construction, but I didn't quite know what that was looking like, and they have taken out an entire bridge. Thankfully, I was able to get through on my bike, but cars are not able to get through. Now I am on the Mesabi Trail because that's where I decided I wanted to ride today. This section of trail that I'm on right here is often snow covered far into the spring, and so this is my first time riding it on the gravel bike this year. I am at 2.6 miles and 16 minutes. I'm turning around to start heading back. I have realized recently that if I have a plan, I don't dilly-dally around town, I just go for it, and that's kind of what happened today. And I've been trying to do that more often recently, where it's like, okay, this is just the direction that I'm going to go, and we'll see where that takes me. On today's ride, I got in 5.18 miles and 32 minutes of riding. This is officially 2/3 of the way through this challenge. Only 10 more days to go. See you guys tomorrow. Day 21 to come into town today, so I brought the bike and a few other things with me, and we're doing something a little different than the rides that I've been doing from home. The wind is making it a little bit challenging and a little bit chilly this afternoon. I actually went into the headwind first today, so now I have a tailwind. On the way out on the trail, I noticed this gravel road, which I think is just the golf course access road. And I was like, what happens if I take it this way? And I want to see where it takes me. I am so glad that I decided to get off the trail and just start exploring. I have found a whole neighborhood that I didn't even know existed. And yes, it's good to go on the bike infrastructure, but we don't always have to do that. Found my way back to the trail. The nice thing about going out with absolutely no plan. I was gonna go the other way around the lake, but I wasn't sure if I could go all the way around. I had so much fun today just wandering around. Got in 7.32 miles and 42 minutes of riding. I will see you guys tomorrow for the final day of this episode. Today is day 22, and if you do some simple math, I started this video on day 15, and if you count that out, that's 8 days. And I think we can agree that a week is 7 days. But I also did some math, and if in my 4 weeks of 30 days of biking, I only do 7 days a week, then we only get to 28 days out of 30. So these last 2 weeks will be 1 week plus 1 day. I timed my ride absolutely perfectly today and didn't get rained on at all, even though the weather report said it should currently be raining, and it was raining right before I left. And that had absolutely nothing to do with my timing because I didn't have another choice of when to ride today. I got in 4.27 miles and 30 minutes of riding today. Beth from the future again to tell you about the stats from this week. This week I rode this many miles, I spent this much time on the bike, and this was how many feet of climbing I climbed this week. If you liked week 3 of 30 days of biking, give this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss week 4 coming out next Friday. Until next time, I'm Beth. See ya! And stay tuned for bloopers. Today is day, which means I'm about to start my ride. We have a little bit of weather. I have turned around and I was gorgeous. Yes, this is Beth from the future because it is, I'm gonna wait for that. It is day 17 of 30 days of biking. I have real, on today's, then what I've been going for,